Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of The Classical Republican. I feel like I need to give you some more background, help start you off with what the Venetian Republic was all about. Because on this channel we're going to be talking a lot about Venice. And today I am here in front of a coulee, which is part of a canal system locally here. So, and the canals are representative of Venice. So the Republic of Venice was 697 to 1797. I'll be going into more in depth on what the Venetian Republic was and what they were all about. But I want to give you some quick background so we understand their extensive use of checks and balances. Now we have the Grand Council. And that was all the citizens. Now, citizens, of course, would be male, and they would be old families of the Republic. So that usually ended up being 1,500 to 3,000, depending on when, people in the Grand Council. And they didn't have a lot of jobs to do in the Grand Council. They had to elect everybody, and that was a big job. And they also helped prepare the agenda for the Senate and everybody else. Next we'll go on to the Senate. Now the Senate handled foreign policy, so war and peace, rents and receipts, taxes, and could also create new offices. There was the Doge, who was there from the beginning. Originally, he's the head of state, and the Doge was really the guy in charge. He was appointed by Constantinople, the emperor in Constantinople, for a period of time at the beginning, and then they kind of lost contact with Constantinople and had to do things on their own, and so that's how they started electing their Doge. And I'll do a whole nother video on the election of the Doge because that was a big process. Over time, the power of the Doge was taken away and given to other bodies, but he remained the head of state. He had 6 counselors, and together they were called the Signoria. And the 6 counselors were representatives from each tribe. And so that's one of the few things that Venice was divided into districts for. They didn't really do a lot by district, but there were 6 districts, and it's represented in the flag, which you see in most of my videos. There was the 40. Now the 40 it was kind of like an appeals court. You'd have other judges appointed by the Senate or elected by the Grand Council, and they were your lower courts, and then it would go out. If you wanted to appeal it would go to the 40, and then eventually they made the Council of 10, and that started out as a Supreme Court. But over the centuries, the 10 started to get more and more power, and most Venetians saw it as a good thing because they were able to keep things kind of on tight reins and get things done. But eventually, we see that the Council of 10 getting too much power. So there's lots of other magistracies and small councils or commissions to deal with things like finances, overseas territories, infrastructure, salt, etc. This created a complex form of checks and balances, which led to such a long life. It lasted 1,000 years. And by adapting these principles, we too can have long life in our communities. So I hope that's a good enough start for you. We will be getting more heavily into Venice, more specifics of how their government ran and their history. So please like and subscribe and share, and long live the Republic.